I had a busy night. It was a very busy night. It was a Sunday night. I came to work and I worked. I drove nonstop for the first 7.5 hours. Like nonstop. Just drive. As soon as I wanted to take a break, I got another call. As soon as I dropped someone off, I got another call. Kept getting other calls. I did 28 trips, and 20 of them were before midnight. The morning was a little quieter. I was able to go to sleep several times, and that was in part because I didn't go to sleep, or I didn't get enough sleep yesterday during the daytime. My timing was all whacked, but I got through it. And this morning I have a doctor's appointment. I think it's my annual checkup, or either that or it's getting getting my prescriptions renewed. Anyway, whatever it is. The stress is killing me. Yeah, the stress is hard. Very hard to take. In these years when I'm getting closer to my retirement, it should be easy. The stress should be lifted. But it's not going that way. And I won't go into the reasons why here. Well, it's just that we don't have enough drivers right now. That's all. Well, I've got 4 more nights to do this week. And hopefully they won't be as stressful as this night was. I did about 440. Most of the trips were on the shorter side. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow. Time is now 5:19 on a Tuesday morning. Yeah, it was the end of the Monday night. This Monday night was a little more relaxed than nights have been of late. And so it was not stressful. It was nice and easygoing pace. I still got $300 on. I'm not complaining about that. That was very nice. That's the way I like to work. I like to take some time and watch some video in between calls. I like to take a nap sometimes. I just like to not be rushed, and that's the way the night was. It was good. If every night could be like this one, I would be very pleased. Anyway, now I'm finished for the night because I know it's early, but I have to wash the car. I gotta get to the bank. I got to fuel up. I gotta detail the interior. I gotta go to the chiropractor and get my back and neck stretched. So I've got a lot of things to do this morning. Then after the chiropractor, I can go home and have something to eat and maybe have a couple drinks and go to sleep. That is the plan. I found myself clearing in James Bay, so I'm going to go to the car wash that I don't particularly like, but in the interest of time, I don't have the time to go out to View Royal to clean up the car out there. So I will just do it on the Gorge. And hopefully nobody else will be using that car wash at the time, or at least hopefully I can get a stall. And I don't know, I might even vacuum the inside of the car out, because this car wash is cheaper than the other ones. I think their vacuums are still $1 and their car wash is still $1, but it's half the time you get with the other car wash. So $1 for vacuuming, $1 for soaping, and $1 for rinsing. I think that's how it's going to work out. And I have plenty of coins. I have lots of coins. Well, this timing is good. This light is not usually green, but it's green now. Oh crap. It turned amber and the second light is red. I don't like this light. It's long and red. Okay, well, I told you about the night. It was nothing exciting. Which is just the way I like it. Thank you very much. This is the end of the Tuesday night. So it's Wednesday morning. The time is now 5:32. I've had enough. Mr. Punctual will be wanting the car in exactly 28 minutes. He can have it. I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to make my deposit. I'm going to fuel the car. And that's going to be that. I'm tired. I've had enough. I don't want to work anymore. And if I was to accept the trip now, it's possible that I wouldn't be able to get my bank deposit done and get the car fueled in time for Mr. Punctual. Yeah, that's enough. The trips have been getting shorter and shorter anyway. And I've had enough. Just tired. I have $440 on, which is very good. I had some long trips and I was busy for much of the time. I did quite a few $20 and $30 trips. I did a total of 20 trips in all. So with $440, the average trip was $22. That's a good average. Now they're trying to send me somewhere that's, I don't even know where it is, but I'm gonna get out of there and log out. I don't even know where that is. Reichsteiner Road, never heard of it. Must be new. Must be brand new. Okay, I'm effectively logged out, which is a good thing. Yeah. I don't have enough time to look up and do Reichsteiner Road. Because I'd never heard of it. And it's in Zone 52, that's not far from here, and I don't think there are a lot of new streets in there. And I should have heard of it by now after 30 years of driving cab in this town. Strange, isn't it? Reichsteiner Road. I'm gonna have to look that up. Just for the fun of it. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, 2 nights to go, basically. It's now 10:30 on Wednesday night. And I just dropped off at the airport was a military guy going to Toronto. And, you know, I slept through my alarm. And I woke up at the crack of 7:30. My shift begins at 6. Well, you know what? I didn't get upset. I didn't get too speedy or anything. I just did what I would normally do at 4 o'clock at 7:30. So I prepared something to eat, and I ate, and then I had a shower, and I got dressed, and I was at work at 9:30. And that was an hour ago when I started, 9:30. Not too long into the shift, I had a fare that went from Kerry Road down to the reserve. And as soon as I dropped off at the reserve, I got sent to the Kingsmill building at Work Point. And he came to the airport. Oh, it was $61 on the meter, and I got 73 for my trouble. And I should actually shut that meter off, shouldn't I? Oh, okay. Shut the meter off and continue. Okay, I don't need that information. There's one car at the ferry. Huh. And how many others? Okay. Great. Well, I think I'll go back into town and enjoy a leisurely shift. Not work too hard, not kill myself. And maybe I'll come back and let you know in the morning how it went. Yeah, that's a good idea. 3:52 in the morning. This one was crazy. What was crazy about it is that I cleared in a Esquimalt. Okay, I cleared in the Esquimalt. The Esquimalt is far from the airport. And after I cleared in the Esquimalt, I got there was a noise from the back seat. So I went to the back seat and I looked at the back seat and didn't see anything. But then I felt around the edge of the seat, and it was in that little space between the seat and the door. There's a little plastic molding that it got caught in. So there's a phone. So I had the phone, and I'm taking it back to the customer that I just dropped off. And she was there. The light came on. She came outside, and she said, "Did I forget something?" I said, "Yeah, a phone." She said, I handed her the phone, and she said, "Oh, that's not mine." So whose phone is it? I don't know. It could have been any other customer I had tonight. So I was just heading over to the office to drop off the phone at the Lost and Found. And then I got a call. The call was on Mainview Drive, or Mainview Terrace. Now, I had no idea where Mainview Terrace is. I had to look it up. It was in Dean Park. Dean Park is a $12 fare to the airport. And they went to the airport. I just dropped them off. $12. I had to rush. It took me half an hour to get there from where I was on the highway. It took me half an hour to get to the customer, speeding all the way so that they could do a $12 fare to the airport. That was ridiculous. It's not the customer's fault. It's this system we got. This stupid system. I could have rejected the trip. I could have easily rejected the trip. But they had to get to the airport. And if I wouldn't do it, who would? So I got about $200 on, maybe a little more, $220. If you consider that I missed 1/4 of the night, the busiest part of the night is what I missed. But what was nice is that I didn't have any traffic to contend with, so I was refreshed and not stressed and not angry the whole night. There's something to be said for that. I'm sure I needed the sleep. I'm sure I needed it. Well, 2 hours to go of this shift, and then one more night to go this week. As usual, if anything memorable happens towards the end, I'll tell you all about it. Well, I'm out here again. What happened was I got 5 minutes away from the airport, going down the highway, and I got sent back to Sydney for a time call that was a half hour to go. So I got to, I sat there. Just before sitting there, I got a phone call. I got a call from the owners of the phone. Somebody had lost a phone earlier tonight. I think I mentioned that already. And I was just going to go take it to the lost and found, but then they called me on that phone and asked me to drop it off at their house. I said, well, I'm stuck out in Sydney right now because, but I will come into town eventually and drop it off. Yep. Okay. So that's it. 3 trips to the airport. 1 long and 2 short. I hope I don't get sent out this way again. Or I hope I don't get another call out this way. Yeah, the time is 4:41 now. We got a little more than an hour to go. The time is now 5:55 on a Friday morning. Yep, Friday morning. It's the end of my shift. I just dropped off here at the airport. I did 30 trips. I did 30 trips, and I've got over 500 on right now. I got about 520, 530, something like that. I would have to count it to be sure. And wow. Wow. I worked so hard. There was one point in time where I had a trip. And I did the trip, and I cleared from the trip, and I was sent to a hotel. Now, there were 2 guys standing there where I was dropping off the 3 girls that were in my cab. And these 2 guys were standing there, looking like they needed a cab. But they didn't wave at me or anything. They just let me leave. So I left and I got sent to this hotel for a time call. I got to the hotel. There was nobody waiting out front. So I called on the phone, and I was told that she's canceled. Okay. Then I got sent back to where I was sent from, ostensibly to pick up those two guys who were not there anymore because the call was 20 minutes old by the time I got there. Then I got sent to the wholesale club, which is like a bargain priced grocery store, supermarket, I suppose. And as I was pulling in to that place, another cab, a cab from another fleet, was leaving with passengers. That was probably the same people that called me. Then I got sent to another supermarket. At that other supermarket, the call was 15 minutes old when I got there. And that was also a no-load. The next one was from another supermarket, and it didn't go very far. Then I got a call after that, which was a long distance away. I went there, and I called on the phone. There was no answer. Then a guy came out the door, and he said, well, what are you doing here? I said, I was sent here to pick up, and I gave him the name of the person, and he says, I'll find out what's going on. He made a call on his phone, and he said, she canceled. Didn't you get the message? I said, no. If I'd got the message, I wouldn't have come here. Then I had one more trip, and that trip was a short one too. Didn't go very far. But the guy tipped me $20. It was like a $6 fare, and he gave me 26 bucks. Unbelievable. But it was hectic and stupid and ridiculous and busy. And I earned every dime of that $540 or however much it was. Now I had my run to the airport at the end. And that's that. Hope yours is better than mine.